Morning, guys. It is an absolutely gorgeous morning. We're into that part of the year that I love. I love fall. If we could have fall year round, I would be happy with it. Falls in the Pacific Northwest are they're great. You know, cool, crisp mornings, warm days. You know, fall and I think late spring are my two favorite seasons. For sure. Anyway, the truck's on its way up here with the building. It should be here any minute. As a matter of fact, it sounds like they're coming up the hill right now. So I'm going to make this short and sweet. I'm going to get the excavator fired up, get it going, get it worked out, and then I'll just kind of tell you guys my game plan going forward for the rest of the day here. Okay, guys, I'm running an experiment here. I filled the excavator all the way back up this morning. I have taken note that we are at 36 hours. What I'm going to do with that is I'm going to really ascertain what we're burning, what our fuel burning rate is over a course of a 2-day period versus just going off of yesterday, because the excavator did sit a couple times quite a bit yesterday running. We put a full 8-hour day on it yesterday. Alrighty, guys, so to try to determine this thing's profitability and fuel consumption rate, I'm doing it over the course of 2 days. So yesterday I worked at 9 hours, going off the math here, just a little over 9 hours, and based off of a rough guess based on the fuel gauge, which I know that's not scientifically accurate, but I got about 24 gallons of usage there. So that's, yesterday it burned 2.71 gallons per hour. So today I'm taking note, and yesterday the excavator did sit for quite a bit of time. So I'm actually gonna take note of when I get going here with it. I'm gonna put 4 hours on it, take lunch, and then come back from lunch, put another 4 hours on it, doing all the stuff I need to do here. And then I'll do my math at the end of the day to see if we're still there or not. so this is where I'm at. I'm gonna move the laser. So I want to go over the importance of benchmarks real quick. So this is what I've been using as my benchmark. This is a stake that was here from when they surveyed the property, but it's a perfect place for me to take, for me to use as a benchmark. So what is a benchmark? A benchmark is a control point. Some people call it a benchmark, some people call it control. I mean, there's a million different things I've heard it called, but for the most part, what it needs to be is it needs to be a set point where the grade will not change. And then all your measurements for this entire project, or whatever project that you're working on, comes off of that grade every single day. You don't just set your rod, your transmitter on your rod, and then never reset it. You need to come over here every day and set your transmitter on your rod based upon the benchmark, just in case. So what this allows us to do is, I know that this is a grade. I know right at the base of this stake is where I've been pulling my grade from. On some jobs, what it'll be is it'll be a stake and then there's a big circle on the ground and you take it off of that. But honestly, with the rise of GPS technology, this type of stuff is starting to go away pretty dang quick, which is sad and unfortunate, because it's kind of going to become a dying art here pretty soon. So all the measurements I've been taking off of this pad, I have been pulling off of this point right here the entire dang time. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over and I'm going to get the laser. I'm going to set it up right here at the front of the pickup so it can broadcast across the entire project. And then I'm going to turn the transmitter on and I'm going to set the transmitter on the rod based upon where it's at on that benchmark. So when you're doing a big grading project, I mean, it doesn't matter how big, how small your grading project is, you need to have a benchmark that you're pulling your grade from at all times. Okay, I'm gonna go grab the laser. I'm gonna set it up right here and I'm just gonna kind of get a rough idea where I'm at over there in that area. Then I'm gonna throw the clean out bucket back on and I'm gonna take this pile of dirt, I'm gonna spin it around, I'm gonna throw it out over there. That way I can start bringing that up. And then I'm gonna get back up on the cut, make myself another big pile of dirt, and then we'll see where we're at after that. went and dug a pad for a guy. We ended up burying the Kubota. We're gonna go back there. We ended up digging a pad in a different spot for that shop he was putting up. Now he's looking at needing a carport. The area prepped for it, so we're gonna go and take a look. Do is transfer that pile back one more time and we be home free. I know I got enough good dirt. I'm digging the topsoil out like I did before to get to the good stuff. Scratching the teeth right along that hard pan. Alrighty guys, been at her pretty solid for the last hour here, hour and a half, 2 hours, I don't even know how long. But running low on the SD card. I should have a new SD card arriving today. I lost one of my SD cards, so I've been running on one, which has been pretty hard because, you know, well, first world problems, let's just put it that way. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend the rest of the day pulling grade out on this. I got the rock bucket on, the digging bucket on. I'd really like to try and get this back here down just a little bit more. But I think what I'm going to end up doing here is I'm just going to rake it through with the clean out digging bucket, and then I'll swap the clean out bucket on to finish it off, or I might just track back and forth across it after I'm happy with it, because that clean out bucket, it's falling apart quick. It looks to me like it was 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th hand by the time it got to me. So I'm probably just going to end up having to do as much of the grading with here with the digging bucket. So this over here is going to be really hard to grade because it is hard as a rock. I mean hard as a rock. So because we're running low on the SD cards, I am going to set you guys up for time lapse, and we're gonna get going after it. There's the building. I don't know if I would have put the trusses down like that. That seems like they're bending pretty hard, but they're 40 foot across. One thing I gotta do too is I gotta go up there and measure this sucker off and just see how far across it is. I think I'll do that after I get done grading it. But it's wide, it's plenty big enough, I think. So I'm gonna get the laser fired up and set you guys up here in the shade, time lapse you, and yeah, wish me luck. I've been in the seat for 10 hours. I'm ready to go home. And I can tell you what, after this job, that freaking piece of crap right there is going away. That bucket is a clapped out pile of shit. You see the pin's broken in there, but the ears that the pins ride on are both bent like this, so the bucket sits sideways. And I'll be damn honest with you. Sometimes it feels like I move more dirt with the dig out bucket than I do with this bucket. And this bucket is supposed to be a bigger capacity. It's definitely not the bucket for the machine. It's just something they found and the pins matched up, so they were using it. So as soon as this job is, as a matter of fact, tomorrow I probably won't even put the damn thing back on, honestly. I'll probably just get that bucket and just run with that one, because I tell you what, it's getting annoying to be running full tilt and not getting very far. Where with that one there, I moved this entire hillside back in damn near a day with that bucket, and it's taken me 4 freaking hours with this bucket just to move 5 inches of dirt, you know, a foot of dirt off the top of this. This bucket right here definitely does not have capacity. And if I did the measurements and ran the calculations, I'd be more than willing to bet that bucket's got more capacity to it. So, that's just what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna throw that bucket on. I'm gonna take this one home and turn it into a flower pot. I mean, I have now been trying to grade this pad since 3 o'clock, and it's pushing 7 now. I've been trying to just grade from this point here that way, and it has taken me, well, what is that, 3 o'clock to now? That's 3.5, almost 4 hours just to go from where that rock is to here. Where when the day before yesterday, I went from clear down there, almost 6 feet freaking deep, for well over 200 feet. I'm gonna take it home. I'm gonna lay it on like this so that the belly of it's sticking up. I'm gonna fill it full of rocks and dirt and plant flowers in it. This is the crappy part about the whole dozer situation. The D5 is just a little small for a lot of the stuff we do. This time last year when we were doing that big arena, oh my god, that was just proof in the pudding that D5 is rather small. Because yeah, we probably shoved 2,000 yards of dirt with that thing, and man, an 8-hour day felt like you did nothing. That's how much dirt we were moving. I should have brought in a D6 or a D7, but I didn't. Moved it all with that thing. It took us about a week. But if you like what you're seeing, give a big thumbs up. If you want to see more of the show, I consider subscribing. And we'll see you tomorrow and see just what we're able to get accomplished here. I think in the first probably 2 or 3 hours we should have this pretty well buttoned up. Like I said, I just gotta get that there done and this here done, and we're done.